Hey everyone, welcome back. I've got a intro pack here that I got today. This is the Death Reaper intro pack. I had a choice of, I guess, 4 or 5 for the same price, $15, and you can definitely get them cheaper online. eBay is a great source. Actually, you can find them for $11 or $12 easily, and then your internet retailers as well. You can find a good amount on there. Usually with them, you have to eat the shipping charge. But I think they're great packaging. You get your foil rare right off the top, and then two lottery tickets essentially for hopefully adding something worthwhile to this. Also great if you get stuck last minute. Hey, you might be traveling or on the road and you want to play some Friday Night Magic. Just go and pick one of these up, and they're certainly playable. They're not going to win you anything, not without buying a few more booster packs or trading out what you have in here. The event decks are much more suited for that, but definitely some way you can get some quick magic going if you don't have your cards with you. And then just a description on the back here. It says, embrace your inner necromancer. Plague your opponent with ghastly horrors, deadly charms, and mind-rotting diseases while inexorably building your undead forces. Your lesser minions will serve as willing sacrifices so you can attain your ultimate goal, which goes unspoken. It's to win. Your 2 booster packs here come along with a how to play overall and a how to, it's actually a write-up on, it has all of the intro decks listed in here with all the comments on it, and it actually will tell you what maybe you want to do to make this deck a little better. Not bad, Death Reaper. It's got a lot of text here. Let's see if we can kind of jump into what we would want to put in here. Goblin Rally from Return to Ravnica for sacrificing. Dark Prophecy from M14. Shadowburn Demon. So definitely some stuff that you can toss in here. I'm not going to go to the deck list because we're going to open it, look at the cards, and tell you which ones I think are okay and which ones would be first ones to come out. Oop, sorry about that. All right. Not as easy to open as I thought. All right. I heard some guys saying that the M14 booster packs were harder to open, but I haven't run into that yet. This, on the other hand, was just a little bit more than I for some reason could handle right there. All right, so our our foil rare that comes in every one of the intro packs, or a foil rare, is Liliana's Reaver. It's a 4/3 for 4 with Death Touch, which means that any amount of damage this deals to a creature is enough to destroy it. And then whenever it deals combat damage to a player, that player discards a card, and you put a 2/2 black zombie creature token onto the battlefield tapped. So hopefully there'll be some zombies in here we can play that ability with. Festering Newt is a 1/1 for 1. It's a salamander creature that when it dies, target creature an opponent controls gets -1/-1 till end of turn. That creature gets -4/-4 instead if you control a creature named Bogbrew Witch. There are several cards that are text specific, or like they ask to look for other cards or apply it to other cards by name. I noticed them more on blacks. I don't have a full review of that yet, but the idea being that you build a deck with that in mind. Obviously, you don't want to use this card. I mean, its ability isn't too bad, and you're getting 1/1 for 1. But if you can take advantage of that, certainly do it. I don't know if there is a Bogbrew Witch in here or not. 3 of those. Child of Night is a lifelink vamp. It's a 2/1 for 2. 2 of those, not a bad card. Gnawing Zombie, so we do have some zombies here. This is an uncommon 1/3 for 2, where you tap one generic and 1 black and sacrifice a creature. Target player loses 1 life, you gain 1 life. 2 of those. Tenacious Dead, I do like this card. I had opened a fat pack previously and was kind of wondering what the difference between the ability here is and regenerate. Just be interested to know what this text does that regenerate for 1 generic, 1 black doesn't do. Which one's better, really? 2 of those. Blood Baron, 2/2 for 3. Vamp, sacrifice another creature, so you can't sacrifice this. Blood Baron gets +2/+2 until end of turn. So a lot of sacking going on. So which leads me to believe that what they suggested here in the information pack is that you want to have some fodder, some stuff to get rid of in order to pay for these. But it gives you options, They just don't want to sacrifice anything too good, or otherwise you're in a corner. Undead Minotaur, 3-drop 2/3, vanilla. We do have red in this deck. I'll be interested to see if we have any kind of red-black mana fixing in here. Academy Raider is a 1/1 for 3 with Intimidate, and then whenever it deals combat damage to a player, you may discard a card. If you do draw a card, at your choice, you can choose which card you discard. So we do have Brew Witch. It's our second rare in the pack. It's a 1/3 for 4. And then if you tap 2 generic and you search the library for a card named Festering Newt or Bubbling Cauldron, put it onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle your library. So there's a 3-way, combination with the Brew Witch, the Newt, and the Bubbling Cauldron that you can play. I guess nothing makes it easier than having it spelled out for you like that, but I don't know exactly how it works. But someone said they won a few games of FNM using that combo. Deathgaze Cockatrice. So Cockatrice is dead, huh? Is that what they're saying? Makes sense, right? No more Cockatrice. 4-drop 2/2 flyer with Death Touch. Just one of those. Vampire Warlord is uncommon 4/2. Looks like Baron Sanger up there, doesn't it? Kind of with a bald head. If you're used to me, my Star Trek references, it kind of looks like Captain Picard, or maybe what's his name from Nemesis. He's his evil twin, evil DNA twin. Sacrifice another creature, regenerate this dude. And here's some text on regenerate. Actually, the next time this creature would be destroyed this turn, it isn't. Instead, tap it, remove all damage from it, and remove it from combat. So I honestly don't see the difference between that and what the and maybe I'm just not reading it. And the Tenacious Dead ability, which is not regenerate, that says when it dies, you may pay. I guess that means you can sacrifice this, and when it dies, you can pay it and return it. Whereas this, you can't sacrifice it and use regenerate at the same time. Not that you could anyway, but if it was just regenerate, I don't think you can use sacrifice at the same time. Maybe I'm just full of it though. Interested to know that. Sanger Vampire, 4/4 flyer for 5, and then whenever it deals damage, whatever creature that's dealt damage by Sanger, my namesake here, right? Put a +1/+1 counter on Sanger Vampire. I don't know whether it was what set was this in that they did the new artwork on. I want to say it was like Onslaught or something like that. Not a big fan. I like the old school with some of my other playmat with the tongue sticking out and everything. I wish they'd bring that back. That'd be cool. But they're probably paying a royalty basis on using that image, so they don't do it anymore. Minotaur Abomination, 4/6 for 6. And then our mana base. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 17 Swamp. And some good looking ones in here. I like that one. I like this one with the bramble looking stuff on there. And it's just splashing red here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 Mountain, 17 Swamp makes me think that there's going to be probably heavily more red in the section of the deck here dedicated to enchant or non-creatures. But there's not a lot. It's the kind of, and there's no mana fixing from what I can tell. So, but I guess we don't really see that too much in core sets. I mean, no, you do. You see dual lands, not recently, but you have. Ring Flesh. It's a instant speed 1-drop, and then target creature gets a -3/-1 to end of turn. I always like instant speed, power and toughness alter cards because there was nothing that would piss me off more than, you know, thinking that I'm going to deal a death blow to somebody and they swoop in and then you know, alter what your attackers do. And it really, I don't know if I like it because I hated it so much, or just think it's kind of a sneaky way to get in there. But it's such a cool thing to do. Luckily, or hopefully, your opponent doesn't get upset with you. It's kind of cheap, I guess, right? Barrage of Expendables. I opened this in a fat pack earlier. It's a 1-drop enchantment, and we tap 1 red and sacrifice a creature. Barrage of Expendables deals 1 damage to target creature or player. So we don't really have any creature generation in here, not like a breeding pit of old days old. But we're talking about probably sacrificing a bunch of stuff that we don't really have. So you're really choosing about what you need to sacrifice, and I don't like having to choose. I like to have easily small expendable stuff that you can get rid of easily. Little 1-drop 1/1s. Smelt is a 1-drop red, destroy target artifact. Probably more of a sideboard card if you know someone's playing heavy artifacts. And here's your Bubbling Cauldron to complete that combination. It's a 2-drop artifact where you tap 1 in it and sacrifice a creature. You gain 4 life, and then you tap 1 in it. Sacrifice a creature named Festering Newt. Each opponent loses 4 life. You gain life equal to the life lost this way. So definitely see how that can be an effective combo with all 3 of those out, especially with the Bog Witch, where you can go and find the cards. Certainly want to have more than 1 of her in your deck if you're trying to play that combo. Thunderous Strike. 2-drop instant where target creature gets +2/+0 and gains first strike until end of turn. So I like that as well for the same reasons I like the Ring Flesh. Staff of Deathmagus. This is a 3-drop artifact. Whenever you cast a black spell or swamp enters the battlefield, you gain 1 life. I would have much rather see these be, and I think I made the same comment in one of my videos for some of the previous sets, maybe it was with the Clue Stones in the Return to Ravnica block, that I'd like to see these things do something specific to the color. So you're doing a black spell, a swamp, but you get life gain. It doesn't go at all with the flavor of it. So I'd like to see, you know, whenever a black spell or a swamp enters the battlefield under your control, you may lose 1 life and draw a card, something along those lines. And maybe that's more of a blue flavor to it, but just as an example. It'd certainly be, I think, a lot cooler than having the life gain in the black deck. Act of Treason, sorcery, gain control of target creature until the end of turn. Untap that creature if it gains haste until end of turn. For 3 mana. Corrupt is a 6-drop, sorcery where it deals damage equal to the number of swamps you control. So this is Quasi Nightmare here, and get 2 of these. You gain life equal to damage dealt that way. So I like that. A little expensive, obviously, but we're playing 17 swamp here, so it could be a great late game. I mean, if you're probably casting this with, I'd say, at least 4 black, 4 swamp. So as long as you're not using any other mana generation to bring it out, you're automatically dealing 4 damage to target creature or player. Sorcery speed, though, so that kind of stinks. So finish it off with our 2 booster packs. Hope we get something nice here. There's some very big money cards in M14. More so than any other core sets that I've seen. Faug, Troll Hide, Capuchin Knight, Demolish. Certainly could put that right in here. Rootwalla, Liturgy of Blood. This is what I was talking about, mana generation. Not really mana generation, but you're really just offsetting the cost here to destroy target creature. So this definitely could fit in the deck here. I don't know what I'd pull out. I thought I was going to find something I could automatically take out of there, but I didn't really see anything. Some of those small creatures could probably come. Well, you're sacrificing other creatures, so maybe you wouldn't take it out. So I don't have a whole lot of deck tech here for it, except for that. This is something I probably would include. Altar's Reap. It's a 2-drop instant. Additional, as an additional cost, you need to sacrifice a creature. So really expensive. Sacrificing unless you have creature generation. Pacifism, Deadly Recluse, Academy Raider, and our first uncommon is Shiv's Embrace. I like the artwork on this card. This is a 4-drop enchantment aura, where enchanted creature gets +2/+2 and has flying, and it's pumpable. So I like that. A little expensive. If it was 3, I'd like it a lot more than 4, but not bad. Howl of the Night Pack is a 7-cost sorcery card where you put put a 2/2 green wolf creature token onto the battlefield for each forest you control. That's a cool card. See, that could work in like a Hydra deck. Vial of Poison, 1-drop artifact where you tap 1 and sacrifice this card. Target creature gains Death Touch until end of turn. So that could be something you play in the deck there as well. And hey, well, this goes very well. You don't really see that, do you? When you get the actual headliner card in your booster pack. So I'm happy opening this booster pack if I'm playing this deck, and that's all I got. We've gone over the card before. It's a 4/3 for 4 with Death Touch, and then when it deals damage to a player, that player discards a card, and you put a 2/2 black zombie creature token onto the battlefield tap. So I was wrong. There is some creature generation here, but only if you're attacking and doing damage with this guy. But he's low cost. He's only 4, so not too bad. And a swamp. And a zombie token. So this booster pack looked like it was made for this deck. So that's kind of cool. Don't want to mix up the cards too much here. I can know when I go to rebuild this deck which one was the booster pack. Alright, and the final booster pack. Hey, I appreciate you guys watching. If you have a second to hit the like button, really appreciate it. I think it's down there, maybe over there. Don't hit that one. That one. Undead Minotaur, 2/3 for 3. If you could subscribe too, you'll get updates of whenever I post a new video, which is kind of cool. Frost Breath is a 3-drop instant. Plummet, Ring Flesh, so we could probably put this in here. I told you how I liked it. And there's only 3 in there, I think, so the 4th one would help. Another Rootwalla, Solemn Offering, Predatory Sliver. I like this one. It's, of the slivers, and certainly of the common slivers, I think it's one of the better ones. But of all the slivers, probably, top 3 or 4. For the, everyone gets +1/+1. Merfolk Spy, 1/1 Island Walk for 1, and then whenever it deals combat damage to a player, that player reveals a card at random from his or her hand. Mark of the Vampire. 4-drop enchantment where enchanted creature gets +2/+2 and has lifelink, so I like that. I like lifelink. Be nice if it had Death Touch too for maybe 1 more, but 4 cost isn't too bad, especially in a deck where we're not going to have all black mana, so it's not, at least it's not 2 black up there. Blur Sliver, step above, I think this one. You know what? Maybe this isn't top 3 or 4. They're all pretty good, but you have to have all sliver creatures. If you're playing a sliver deck, it's easy to defend against, and that's what makes it such a catch-22. You want to play it. There's some great ways to play it, but it's easy when your opponent knows that all you have is small creatures. Opportunity. Target player draws 4 cards for 6. And I think that's our last uncommon here. Nope, second uncommon. Water Servant is a 4-drop, 3/4. Kind of like a poor man's Aetherling, right? 3/4 for 4, and then +1/-1 till end of turn, or -1/+1, where you can pay 2 and make it +0/+0. There could be something there actually, where if you I guess with mana burn not being a thing anymore, you don't have to get rid of any extra mana. But if you ever had to, or if you're ever playing in a format that plays by the old rules, I guess, that would be cool, because it'd be a great way to spend mana without having to really do anything. Singer Vampire, so this goes right in the deck as well. So overall, very happy with the cards we got here in relation to the deck, and you don't really see that very often. And our rare, Basswood Hydra 00 X green. So not the big money Hydra, but still not a bad card. Basswood Hydra enters the battlefield with X +1/+1 counters on it. When it dies, you may distribute a number of +1/+1 counters equal to the number of counters on Basswood Hydra among any number of the creatures you control. So you have to pay a lot for it up front, but not too bad. Island tip card with 2 chicks on it. You get Chandra and Liliana. So thanks for watching. Appreciate your time. Please hit like, comment, subscribe, and you'll see some more videos from me in the coming days. I've got a booster box of M14 coming up, as well as Deck Builder's Toolkit, some neat little deck boxes, things like that from Ultra Pro, and I look forward to commenting with you below. Thanks a lot. Take care.